morning, Belen. I'm Brandon Lubian.
And I'm Danny Esteban. And welcome to this edition of WBLN for today, September the 29th, 2017.
It was a scary moment yesterday for senior Carlos Gomez, whose car spontaneously caught fire.
I was on my way to Belen this morning when I noticed my car cabin started filling with smoke. I pulled over to the road to see what was going on with my car, and I started to film when I noticed that on my driver's side of the back seat there was a flame. I freaked out at first. I didn't know what to do, and when I wanted to go back into my car to get my stuff, it was already too late because my entire cabin was, all I can describe it as like a black, you could not see inside the car because of how much smoke there was. So everyone told me to back up, and I just kind of backed up, waited for the police and fire department to show up. When they showed up, the fire department handled it very quickly. They put water on my car, and the police just did a quick information swap with me. Thankfully, the fire department was able to recover my bag and my crew bag, so I was kind of happy about that, but I did lose my wallet and my Letterman.
I believe that was an electrical fire, something that BMW has had trouble with in the past. Most importantly though, Carlos is alright and was back in school that same day. Now, according to a report by the National Fire Protection Association, automobile fires were involved in 10% of reported U.S. fires, 6% of which resulted in death. An average of 17 automobile fires were reported per hour. These fires killed an average of 4 people per week. Mechanical, electrical, or other malfunctions were factors in roughly 2/3 of all automobile fires. Collisions and overturns were factors in only 4% of highway vehicle fires. But these incidents accounted for 3 of every 5 automobile fires deaths. Only 2% automobile fires began in fuel tanks or fuel lines, but these incidents caused 15% of automobile fires.
Yesterday, both seniors and 8th grade students received their class polos, a tradition that goes back over 15 years. Both classes will be allowed to wear their polos on Fridays. Tickets for kickoff dance are still on sale in the bookstore. Tickets are $10 and will benefit our student council. The dance is this Friday. If you have any questions, please contact Mr. Jordan at majordan@belenjesuit.org.
Puerto Rico facing logistical hurdles while attempting to deliver aid to victims. This according to Jose Ayala, the Crowling Shipping Company vice president in Puerto Rico, who stated that at least 10,000 containers of supplies, including food, water, and medicine, were sitting Thursday at the San Juan port, not being able to be distributed, as part of the reason is that only 20% of their truck drivers have reported back to work since Hurricane Maria. On top of that, a fuel shortage and slew of blocked roads means that distribution of supplies is extremely challenging. Puerto Rico's governor and other U.S. officials have argued that a waiver would expedite supplies to the island. But as Ayala has indicated, shipping companies already have aid and supplies either waiting at port to be delivered or held up at ports on the U.S. mainland, of which 3,000 containers that Crowley alone has sent to San Juan's port as of Wednesday. Only 4% have been dispatched.
In what appears to be a new audio recording, ISIS leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi lashes out at the U.S. in his latest media released by ISIS. The leader of the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria mocks the United States, calls on jihadis to rally against the Syrian regime, and insists that ISIS remains despite its rapid loss of territory.
Hey guys, here's your scoop for today. The culinary experience will take place November 8th and 9th. Applications are available through the campus ministry office, and applications must be submitted by October 18th. Now stay tuned for weather and sports after these messages.
Good morning, Belen. Started off early here with a lot of early morning showers, and we got a lot of rain coming from the Keys, and there's going to be a 100% chance of rain throughout the day. Let's look at the rest of the day. We got a high of 88 and a low of 75. A relative humidity of 70%. Winds going east-southeast at 8 miles per hour. Scattered thunderstorms throughout the day. Now onto your 3-day forecast. On Saturday, it's looking like it's going to be raining throughout the whole day as well. We got a high of 88 and a low of 76 with 60% chance of rain. On Sunday, it's not looking good either. We got a high of 89 and a low of 78, 50% chance of rain and scattered thunderstorms. On Monday, we got a high of 89, a low of 79, scattered thunderstorms, and a 50% chance of rain. Now that's all for weather. Now on to sports.
Thank you, Stefano, and hello, Wolverine Nation. Let's start with football. Our varsity football team came up huge yesterday, beating Coral Reef by a score of 37-0. 2 touchdowns coming from both Gabriel Aparicio and Don Chaney helped propel the Wolverines to their second win of the season, with great overall play from Gabriel Estrada, who racked in a touchdown and an interception on the opening drive. Adding to the dominance was a safety from the defense and great starting position for the offense on 4 of their drives, starting from within the 20-yard line. The next game will be against Ferguson, with the date still to be determined. As for the bowling team, they got back on the winning track with a 5-2 victory over Gulliver Prep. Sophomore Fernando de la Lama bowled a high game of 157, while senior Alexis Agreda chipped in with 156 and 3-game total of 415. The team's record is 3-1 and plays Central later today. The Wolverine varsity golf team played in a 4-way match yesterday at the Biltmore Golf Course. The team finished second, defeating Gulliver and Westminster Christian and losing to Columbus. Leading the Belen effort was Enrique Villa and Andres Luder with rounds of 79 each, and Alan Fernandez with a score of 80. Team scores were as follows: Columbus 312, Belen 323, Gulliver 326, Westminster Christian with 355. And today, the 6th grade and the middle school cross-country team will participate in the Holy Rosary Invitational. And as for tomorrow, the middle school A team, the JV and varsity cross-country teams will participate in the FloridaRunners.com Invitational in Lakeland, Florida. And finally, in Dolphins, they will have their first game at home this Sunday against the New Orleans Saints. And that's all for sports. Let's head on to Mario with this week's fantasy football picks.
Rookie Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson just got the job as Texans starting quarterback. Last week, he got his very first NFL check and decided to give it to 3 lunch ladies who have been affected by Hurricane Harvey. Now, you might ask why we are talking about this in the fantasy show. Well, Deshaun Watson is facing a Titans defense that just gave up 373 yards and 4 touchdowns to Russell Wilson, adding up to 32 fantasy points. Deshaun Watson has been playing well, so if you're in need of a quarterback, consider Watson in Week 4. Another fantasy sleeper in Week 4 is Andy Dalton. Facing a Browns defense that makes everybody an amazing quarterback, Andy Dalton is a QB1 in Week 4. 2 running backs that you can maybe trade for are Doug Martin and Robert Kelly. Doug Martin is coming off his 3-game suspension next week, and his owners probably aren't asking for a lot. The only question regarding Rob Kelly is if he is in Week 3 the main guy in Washington. Monday Redskins head coach said he got 78 yards rushing in a quarter and a half last week, so he's still our #1 lead dog. This huge confidence for Rob Kelly and his role in a very good offense. Try and get Rob Kelly. So far this season, there has been one storyline. That storyline is rookie running backs, Kareem Hunt, Leonard Fournette, and Dalvin Cook. If these guys stay healthy, they are starting running backs on any fantasy team for the rest of the season. That's all for Week 4. Good luck and catch us next week on the Fantasy Show.
Thank you, Raul. Now stay tuned with our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for all the latest news and pictures. I'm Brandon Lubian.
And I'm Danny Esteban. Thanks for watching WBLN. Have a wonderful day and stay golden, Wolverines.